And so, speaking of Mystery Theater, for those of us who are not familiar with the format of the show,
yes.
Can you tell us about how the format works?
Yes. You know, when we started this, 1997 was the year of our first mystery, and we weren't sure what we were doing. We're still not sure what we're doing, but we're doing it anyway, nine shows later. But we basically wanted to do a performance, do what we hope would be a funny performance, add some music to kind of add a little variety to it. So there's a storyline. It's a play with music. You know, I want to call it a musical because musical almost implies that it's about all the music. You know, all about music, but it's not really. The music, I think, is a diversion, is a kind of an entertaining vehicle. But it's not what drives the show. What we do is we take songs that are either popular from the day in which to play a set, or we just kind of go completely wherever. I don't know, just randomly pick songs that we like. So, but it's basically a comic play with music. And this year we're going to be featuring music of Gilbert and Sullivan, who are the famous operetta duet from the late 19th century, who wrote 13 or 14 operettas. Again, very comic, very, poking fun at nobility and royalty and government and all that stuff. So it plays very well into this sort of thing. It's really, I think the main goal is to, yes, there is a mystery, there are clues, there's a killer, there's a murder, there's always got to be a murder, and the audience is given the responsibility of figuring out who did it. So, but that aside, in the end, no one really cares. They just want to have fun. So
there is an element of audience participation that is different from other shows.
There isn't a level of audience participation. Sometimes we break down the fourth wall and bring them into it. Other times, but in every mystery we do have a special guest come on stage, and that person polls the audience as to who might have done the crime. So, we give everyone a chance to guess who did it.
So that happens intermittently throughout the show, where people have a chance to participate.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we normally, more and more, we've kind of just done the play itself, and at the very end, we do one time where the audience will try to guess. But who knows? We're not sure. We're still developing the script.
Okay, great.
And when I say develop, I mean I have to write it still.
Okay.
And when I mean I have to write it still, it means I have to come up with the basic ideas, which, no, I've got it all done. I mean, it's all.
Well, that's something that audience members can look forward to, is an element of audience participation that is different from other shows. And can you tell us a bit about the after-show reception?
Yes, thanks for asking, because it's not just a play with music, but it's a play with music with fun. And one of the things we'll be doing is having a reception that is sponsored by Bahama Breeze, which is a restaurant here in Schaumburg, and it's great food, great place. And they actually have a number of signature desserts that they're going to be bringing to the reception. So the mystery, and I should say the mystery is tickets are only $20, and that's a great reduction from past mysteries that we've done. So it's for $20 you're getting a great show. For $10 more, you can buy a ticket to the reception, and the reception includes all the desserts and then coffee, and then there'll be a cash bar if you want to enjoy that. It's a fun way to wrap up the show, and we have the cast members come down and greet the audience and stuff like that. So unless they didn't like the show, then the cast members will jump in their cars and drive away as quickly as possible. So
I'm sure that won't happen.
We want to protect our cast members as much as we can.
Yes. So the audience gets to also mingle with the stars.
There's mingling. There is mingling. Yeah.
Stage,
so yeah.
Great. And can we stay tuned and have an update when it comes closer to the show?
Do you mean when I know what I'm writing?
when I
have a clue as to what I'm doing with this thing? Is that it? So
when you have a more detailed outline of the show, could we come back and visit you?
I would love to. And I do, as a matter of fact. We have the cast, and I do know my characters. I tend to be kind of secretive about it. I don't like to talk about it because that's what an artist does. They don't do that stuff. But I would like to. Yeah, of course, I'd love to kind of talk a little bit about it, because there is some fun elements in there. And who knows? Maybe we can give away a few clues before the show, actually.
Yes, yes. And to go over the theme again, you've revised the name slightly to suit your...
Yes, well, we always have fun with it. So Downton Abbey is the show, so we're going with Doomstown Abbey.
Doomstown Abbey.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
So there will be a lot of doom, but also fun and laughs and a murder.
Yes, which is an odd combination, but hey, anything goes.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining us today, and we hope to update you soon with more details about Rob's show, Doomstown Abbey.